Cap? Welcome back. This is Travis Reed from An Athlete's Journey. I got a special friend over here. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Ronald Dorsey, man, from Detroit, Michigan. Living down here in Louisiana now, running my basketball academy, played several years overseas. We're going to get into all that. But, hey, great friend, vibe real well with my guy, Trav, over in overseas. So that's how we linked up. So we're here now, man, kind of run through our story, man.
Yep. Pretty much, y'all, I would say this dude, he remind me of like Scottie Pippen type, long, athletic, you know what I'm saying? I have a DVD when he tried to dunk on me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this dunk was there last night. Dude tried to dunk on me in the game, but we'll get into that, soon. Well, let's just start it off from right now, from the beginning, Ron. How'd you start off with your journey in basketball, man?
Man, it started when I was 5 years old, man, growing up in Detroit, Michigan. Fell in love with the game, especially watching the bad boys, man. And just like I said, I fell in love with the game at 5, and I just kept on with it throughout the years of growing up. Now I'm here teaching the game of basketball to the youngsters, man, and I love every bit of it.
All right. Well, I hated the bad boys, but that's another story. I mean, they beat the Lakers in '89, so hated them.
Man.
But I got you. We beat them in '88, so it's all good. It's all good.
Right.
All right. Were you interested in any other sports besides basketball growing up?
Yeah, man. Growing up, I played football. I played football until I got to high school. And once I got to high school, man, I was like, I kind of looked out on the field and said, man, they hit a little bit too hard for me. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put all my eggs in this basketball thing, man. So that's where it went with that one.
No, trust me.
I enjoyed playing football when I was younger, man. It was cool.
Oh, I hear you, man. I remember playing a little bit of Pop Warner. I got hit one time, and let me go back to basketball, man.
For real, man.
I'm cool with it. So when did you know that you was decent growing up? Like when did you know, like, okay, I have a little bit of talent here?
Man, I mean, like I said, I grew up playing the game of basketball in Detroit. That's when it was big time, man, out there. Just kind of gaining my respect from my older brothers, their friends, the people in the neighborhood, because I really wasn't playing organized ball until I got to middle school. So just going against, like I say, kids in the neighborhood. I used to play in the backyard. They used to have to kick me off the court with my older brothers, and was hooping in the neighborhood, and that's kind of making them little shots and playing against them, just gaining my respect like that, man. I was like, okay. Then maybe I can do something with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of gained my respect with this game of basketball, man. Just playing in the neighborhood, man.
I got you. Did you go to one of them big time? What was that school that Jalen Rose went to in Detroit, Michigan? High school.
I did go to a powerhouse, man, which is Detroit Persian.
Okay.
Yeah, Detroit Persian graduated a couple of NBA players, a lot of NBA players at that. Steve Smith is one of the ones that you may know. They got Kay Fielder, Keith Applin, a couple other guys, man.
Okay. So obviously you're in high school.
Hold on. Let me not leave the names out, man. We got a lot of guys that came through Detroit Persian. So if I go back home, they gonna be on my head, man. They got Ty Bird.
Well, shout everybody out. Make sure you don't forget
them, man. All those guys, man. AJ, Mouse, man, Mike, everybody, man. Everybody I played and came in touch with that came through Detroit Persian, man. I got so much respect for him, man, and that's who really kind of guided me through the game of basketball, man, and gave me my respect growing up. So I got all love for them, man.
Okay. So what's your most memorable moment in basketball in high school?
In high school, man, when Ernie, I don't know if Ernie might be watching this, but it was at Detroit Osborne. Detroit Persians playing Osborne, and it was like 3 seconds left. I think Coach drew up a play. My man Ernie was like, shoot off the glass, hit off the glass. So I kind of, came off the screen, bam, bam, pulled off, straight off the glass for the win.
Okay.
Hey, and that's what my JUCO coaches was at that game. They saw me playing. They was like, okay, man, this guy's serious. So
he's serious. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the game that I'll always remember, man. The JUCO coach was there, and that's why I ended up going to JUCO at Schoolcraft College.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously you went to JUCO. But before we go to JUCO, was you recruited high in high school, or
No,
did you have grades? What was going on with that?
man. To be honest, man, I'm gonna be real. This is all 100% real. Interview right here. Be honest, man. I didn't really play high school ball. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me say this. In middle school, I didn't even play for my middle school team because I didn't have the grades. Mm-hmm. I played church league, and like I said, I was playing a neighborhood, different things like that. So when I got to high school, I was like, man, if I really want to take this thing serious, go to college, I really need to buckle down on my grades, man. So that's when I started really attacking my grades. My ninth grade year, I didn't even play for the team neither. I played for the PAL League, which was like it was like the feeder program for the high schools around there. So I played for the local PAL League. And then my 10th grade year, I played JV. At the end of the year, they moved me up to varsity, and then it just kind of took off after that, man. Okay. Yeah, it just kind of took off after that.
All right. So you go into JUCO, right? Mm-hmm. And so what's the well, first, why did you choose that JUCO?
Like I say, man, I was playing around with my grades in ninth grade and 10th grade. I really wasn't taking it serious, man. I didn't take the ACT until my 12th grade year, So like I say, all that, plays a huge part of where you want to go to school. As a 9th and 10th grade or 11th grade, I'm not really thinking about that. All I'm thinking about is hooping and trying to go hoop in college. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just having that extra guidance, I would say I would give that guidance to a kid that's coming up now. You know what I'm saying? Buckling down on the grades, taking it serious, taking your ACT in the 10th and 10th and 11th grade, so you can kind of get familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in the 12th grade, I was like, I'm done with it. I took it one time and I said, I'm going JUCO. I said, I'm going JUCO, man. So just if I was to give advice to any kid that's out there, 11th, 12th grade, man, take the ACT, get your tutoring, take it serious, because you're gonna want to go D1 coming out of high school to get that all 4 years of that university. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with JUCO. I love my 2 years at Schoolcraft College, man. We won a championship. It was amazing. Just for me as a player maturing and also off the court and on the court. You know what I'm saying? So it was major, man.
I got you. No, I didn't pass mine because we took the SAT out here.
Yeah.
I passed mine senior year,
Okay.
My pops put me in like one of those classes, SAT class.
The prep classes, the one that
prep classes. I was like, man,
right.
He was like, you gonna go to college. You ain't, you gonna go.
I ain't had that father figure in my life. You know what I mean? I ain't grew up with a father figure like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's different. That's the difference. So I mean, yeah, my big brothers was my father figure, my granddad, but at the same time, they really ain't know that part of it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I always told my mom growing up, man, I said, I'm gonna be the first one to graduate from college, which I was, man. Then my brother, I said it, bar for my brother who did it as well.
Well, it's always good to be the first, man. You set that expectation,
man.
For
sure.
So, what was the biggest difference between high school and college for you?
High school and college, man. Like I said, once I got out of high school, I took it serious, man. Mm-hmm. I was going to the study halls. I was paying attention in class and different things like that because I wanted to go to the next level and do it. So the difference between college and high school for me, like I said, I just matured as a student first, and then as an athlete.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yeah. I would say, when I was at UCLA, man, it was like you had a schedule, like schedule this. School from 8 to 1, 8 to 3, right. Practice from 3 to 6, meal, study all, home, do it again, So I would say, like, even in that, the freedom that I had in college was a struggle for me.
For sure. And you said you went straight to UCLA, correct?
Yeah.
See, I went to JUCO, so it wasn't that structured like as it is at a 4-year university, you know what I'm saying? So I was staying off campus, I was staying at home. I had to commute every day for 45 minutes there and back, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, my boy Mark, I didn't have a car at the time, so my boy Marcus Bennett, you probably know Marcus Bennett went to University of Michigan, then UNC Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my man's, and he used to come to the east side to pick me up and then drive back past his house to go to school. So that was my man. Shout out to my guy Marcus Bennett, man. Man, yeah, I ain't get a car until like my sophomore year of college. So, like I said, just having that freedom in JUCO, it was cool, man. It was cool. College
No,
was fun, man.
no, I didn't get a car like at UCLA. It was like you walked everywhere. We pretty much walked everywhere. You know,
Right,
only person that like it was only a couple people. Barron and Earl had cars,
right.
and Billy, but like I didn't have. I just ride with them or just walk wherever we was
Yeah,
going. We just walk around. I didn't get a car until I transferred out, went to Long Beach State. Then I had to have a car. You
right,
know.
right, right. Okay.
So what was the hardest thing from college, from high school? Like
The
what was the
hardest,
hardest thing? Yeah.
like you say, man, just like you have to mature as a person because you have so much freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have anybody looking over your back every class, every 5 minutes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the coach is gonna be on you, but at the same time, you gotta be mature, man. And that's where I grew up fast at. And a lot of people say, man, you mature for your age and all that. When I was growing up, I just had to grow up fast. That's it.
I got you. I got you. So what was the hardest? What was the like the biggest triumph and like the biggest failure in college for you?
Man, biggest failure in college. I mean, like you said, when we was at Schoolcraft, we won. So we had a squad, man. We had one of the best squads in the. I mean, we had the best squad in the state. You know what I'm saying? So we were number one. We was ranked number one in the nation at one point. But off the court, man, just like you say, just staying focused on your grades, man. Maybe I probably did get a D or something like that in my class or something like that, but that would be my biggest failure right there. But
Okay.
I mean, I had a successful JUCO career, man.
No, I hear you. I hear you. For me, like I would say, my biggest triumph was just like you said, graduating from college because I
Yeah,
was the first. You know, I was the first to graduate, so you know, it gave a path. All my family pretty much.
gotcha.
Yeah, but my biggest was probably like when I was at the transfer, biggest failure,
When
was
you
at
had
the
to
leave
transfer,
UCLA. Yeah,
yeah,
because UCLA after the 2 years, it was pretty much. I would say like the hardest thing for myself was like in high school, you the man, you this, you that,
right,
whatever,
right.
and then you go into like a big school, and then like you realize like you low on that totem pole,
Oh, for
like
sure. You got to
yeah,
start all over again.
started really low, and
You
like
got to start
college,
all over again. Yep,
everybody was something,
yep.
everybody was all something. And
Uh-huh.
my freshman year, we played. Our first game was against Vince Carter and Antoine Jameson in North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Wow.
when we went to the Final Four. They smacked us by like 30. I
Man.
mean, that was my very first college game, right?
Oh, you gonna always remember that one then.
Exactly, bro. I'm telling you.
Let me
That
see.
year, I played against at least about 30 pros. We
Yeah.
played Duke with Elton Brand, Shane Battier, Arizona, Mike Bibby,
Uh-huh.
Miles Simon, Mike
Right.
Dickerson, Jason Terry was off the bench.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
we
that's that's tough.
we beat your team. We beat Michigan with tractor trailer
Okay. Okay.
and Mitchell Bassett to get to the Sweet 16. We beat them.
R.I.P.
And then we
Tractor,
got
man.
smacked by Kentucky by like 30 when they won the championship with Nazir Muhammad and
Right.
all that, Jamal McGlure. So like that year, it was like every game was a pro.
Man, you played against some legends, man.
And then,
Oh,
like I said, and I played with, Baron Davis, Earl Watson, Toby Bailey. They was on UCLA with me. So
right.
yeah. But that was hard. Like it was when I left UCLA, it was like, kind of like figuring out what the heck I was going to do,
Yeah.
because I was going to go to UCLA and not play ball anymore.
Oh,
And
for
I
real?
decided to keep playing, and
Man, you was too talented to drop the ball,
yeah, I mean,
man.
that's how I thought. I was like, man,
Too talented.
I can play. I know I can play. I just got to go somewhere where it's going to let me shine.
Right, right, right. And that's overcoming, you know what I'm saying, adversity.
Yeah, and
Overcoming
that's
adversity.
how it started. That's how
Yeah,
it started, man.
yeah.
That's exactly how it started for me.
Mhm.
So you did your 4 years in college,
I did 2 years at Schoolcraft, and then I went 2 years
and
at
then
Miami State.
then you got your 2 years to grab, then your 2 years in college. Now,
Uh-huh.
what's the next step for you? What you doing?
Man, I knew I wasn't going home, back home to Detroit, and I knew I wasn't gonna stay around and just try to get a regular job, man. I mean, all my life I've dreamed of playing NBA, different things like that. I didn't have any NBA scouts coming out of college or anything. Shoot, I averaged 7 points my junior year. And then I averaged 8 points my senior year. So with that stat line, you really ain't getting a lot of agents coming at you. You ain't got nobody knocking down your door trying to sign you. So man, me and my guy Dion Sherrill, shout out to Dion that played with me at Schoolcraft as well. He went to Henry Ford in Detroit. But me and him drove from Detroit to Boston, and we was like, man, we got to go to this. It was like a professional, like an exposure camp, where agent had invited some agents. Agent invited some coaches in to come watch us play. Man, it was shout out to my guy JJ Montgomery was there too. And man, I just went there with one thing on my mind, man, just to impress somebody, impress the agent, impress the coach, somebody there. You know what I'm saying? If I was to leave that showcase with somebody knowing Ronald Dorsey or whatever what I do, then I'm in a good place, man. So I end up going there, man, having a great showcase. And a guy named Coach Gibson from Finland had contacted me, emailed me, kept in touch, and I ended up signing there my first year, man. So coming out of college, man, I just knew that I have to go play basketball. I had no other options.
Yeah,
I had no other options. I had my degree at the same time. No, I'm sorry. Let's reverse back. I didn't graduate when I left college. When my 4 years was over with, I didn't graduate. So every summer after my professional career, I come back to school and finish. Okay. So I had 2 classes here in one summer, and then I came back that last summer and finished it up. And I ended up graduating 2 years after. But coming out of college, man, I had one thing on my mind. And I was just gonna play somewhere overseas, man.
No, I hear you. It was the same with myself. Pretty much, I worked out with some teams, Memphis, Toronto, some other teams. I had an opportunity, kind of like they was like in Toronto. They was like, man, we could draft you, or is it Memphis? I'm sorry, but Memphis. They drafted that year Stromile Swift #2. And then they drafted Cassius Gambala #18, then another power forward. I was like, man, they ain't gonna make this team.
Yeah.
They invited me to the little summer league thing, but I was like, man, I gotta make money.
Right. For real.
So I went to Bogota, Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was crazy. So, I would just say, like, for me, it was just crazy. Wait, we got a question in here.
That must be your brother, man.
Yeah, but it is my brother. He said, how did the transition from pro ball affect his everyday life when you went over to Finland?
The transition going overseas?
Yeah, like how did it affect your like everyday life, man?
I mean, like I say, I was going in head first with the mind of doing anything to stay. I've heard the stories of how guys go over there, get sent home, different things like that. So I didn't allow that to scare me. So just going over there with an open mind, it's different. For guys that's trying to go overseas, it's different. So man, just for example, I didn't have a car.
Philly don't give cars, bro. They don't give cars, man.
So let me tell you, they gave me a bike to ride from my crib to practice. The bike has snow tires. So I'm like, okay, why they gave me a bike with these spikes on there? I ain't know it snowed every day. You know what I'm saying? When I got there, it was beautiful.
No, yeah.
So
I was in the country right over there. Stony was just right over the water from there, so I already know.
That was, man. So just having an open mind, man. That's what helped me out a lot. Like I said, the people are different, the food is different. It's different culture, So I just had the mindset of just going over here, man. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to fit in. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to, stay on the team. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to the next level. So that was my mindset.
No, I got you. I saw a question, but they disappeared. What was your major in college?
My major in college was general studies, man. When I wanted to major in business administration. But when I got to college, you know how the coaches kind of throw you in the hey, we're gonna stick you in here just to get you going. So, like I said, I didn't know any better, man. So that's what I ended up majoring in, which is a good degree. You can go teach and do different things with it, man. For me, it's good to have a degree, but like I say, I'm my own boss. So I'm running my basketball academy out here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We get into that later on, though.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Trust me. Matter of fact, I was in business administration. I was trying to do that.
Yep.
Then I saw like the classes you got to do for that. And they was like, Travis,
No.
are you sure?
And that's why the coaches wasn't hearing me at the time. They were like, "We're gonna stick you over here because that's
we're gonna you put me in the communications. We're gonna stick you in communications. You know, and put you in that. So sorry, back questions, but
no, you good, man.
Yeah, you know, I remember, like I said, I was in Finland for about 4 months at one point, you know, and like they didn't give me a car. I had to take the train, like the little dolly train things to practice and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, but like I went to Bogota, I went to, you know, Medellin, you know, like, so I didn't know about it, you know, then, but now that I watch like Cocaine Cowboys and all that, I was like, man, I was in there, dude, for real, you know. And so I came back, and then that was like when I realized like this is real. Like I went to Poland, I signed a contract in Poland, a lot of money. Then they cut me because I wasn't 6'10". Like literally just because I wasn't 6'10", and literally cut me like that. Wow. From Poland to France, France cut me. Then I went to Belgium. Belgium cut me. So I was about to be like a school teacher coming back home. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. Then I went to Holland. And then I was like, that's how I was in Holland. It was for no money. I was making $1,500 a month.
Hey, I tell this story all the time, man. I say I could have worked at McDonald's. I could have worked at McDonald's and made the same amount of money working at McDonald's than I did overseas. But I knew that opportunity was going to open up more doors for me, man. And that's my mindset.
Yep. So explain the first year in Finland.
First year in Finland, man, it was a second league team at that. Second league team at that. So,
okay.
Man, I got over there. Like I said, I was open-minded. So I'm trying to link up with my teammates and my coaches on a level that, hey, if we can all do this, we can win the championship, man. Which we did. We ended up winning the championship that year.
Okay.
Yeah. So Finland was beautiful, man. Like the people were great. The city of Kauhajoki, Karhu, that was the name of the team. Kauhajoki, the name of the city.
The fact that you remember the name of the team and it sounds that hard is amazing.
Yeah, I'll chop that word up every time, mess their city up every time, man. Kauhajoki, Karhu. But I loved it, man, and I fell in love with this. Just going over there, being on your own, I kind of isolated as well, man. You don't have that. You don't see your friends or family every day. You're over there for what, 6 or 7, 8 months. Man, I was focused. I was doing my little homework on Eurobasket every day, seeing what guys was doing. That was my thing, man. That was my thing, man. Every night.
Eurobasket was like ESPN for us over there.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? We'll get to this, but like I used to be like, all right, what other Americans do today? You know, what they you know what I'm saying? What Ron do over there and laugh. Oh yeah, 26. Oh, okay. 26.
I'm playing in second division Finland, man. So I'm doing my homework on these top teams. Like, what are these guys doing? What are these guys doing in France? What are these guys doing in Spain, Greece? So I'm doing my homework, man.
No, I hear you. So you win the championship in Finland, second division. Then where you go next?
I went to Lithuania. Man. That's a basketball country, but it's the third world country, man. So it's like that was a major wake-up call for me as well. But I was in a nice little city that was like right off the coast, or right off the water, which is Klaipėda.
Okay.
Love their basketball, man. The country itself just loved basketball. So I was, like I say, I was in a great country to, playing basketball. The people were a little accepting. You had those who did not, because they never seen, us before. But that was probably the only place I was like, okay, man, this is different. Never got into any trouble or anything, man. Never got any trouble or anything. Like I said, they love me. They love me. Everywhere I went, I kind of, like I said, I went over there with an open mind, trying to link and connect with the people in the community, man.
Okay. Was that Neptunus? That was Neptunus, right?
Yeah, that was Neptune. Yeah, Clayton and
Okay,
Neptune.
okay. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously, you got to tell him, man. You was in the Baltic League All-Star game, and
Oh man, that's how we connected, man. That's how we
yeah,
linked up.
exactly, man. It was like,
So
we was in
so
the Baltic
so
League All-Star game. I remember this like it was yesterday. We was in a dunk contest like at 10 in the morning.
so
No
was.
stretching, no warming up.
For real.
I'm saying? Everybody, I remember I had a bottle of a leave, and everybody just is like, dude, Travis, come on. I'm pouring everybody bottle like I'm the dope man.
For real,
Like I'm
man.
crazy, man. Here, take 5, take 4, take this,
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah. No,
You know?
man. Hey, our little battles, man. I gained mad respect for you out there, man. For real, man. You did your thing, bro. And then you kind of took me under your wing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this big homie. So big homie, man. He showed me out of his city and everything like that, man. It was all love when we played each other. It was all love.
Always, man. That's when
Mm-hmm.
I said that was my first year in Estonia. I had just
Yeah.
left Holland and I went to BC College and I was like it wasn't a lot of us obviously, we were
Right.
spread
Right.
out,
Right.
and I just remember like, man, I gotta link up with Ryan, man. He's a cool dude,
Yeah.
real cool, real low key.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, man, whatever you need, if you just,
It was all love.
just let me know, man. Let me know. Like I
Yeah.
said. And then next thing you know, funny story about Ron was there was this we played y'all in Estonia.
Uh-huh.
And I remember there was a friend of mine there at the time, and she was Googling you. I'm like, this dude girls in other countries? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she asked me, what is your friend's name? We saw us talking or whatever after she said, what is his name? I
Yeah.
need to look him up. I was like, man,
Oh man, that's funny.
he ain't like, I'm here. He's in another
Right, right.
country.
Hey,
Nah,
hey,
I'm
you
just
you
playing.
here to see me? You in my city.
You in my city. You get the girls in my city. I would say the craziest thing be the weather, bro. Like negative
Yeah.
15, negative 10.
Man. Let me see. When was my coldest times overseas? I would have to say either Lithuania or France. Probably France though.
France is colder than Lithuania?
No. I'm sorry. I meant to say Finland. Finland.
Oh, I was like, ain't nothing colder than that Baltic tip, boy. I'm
No,
telling you.
yeah. Finland and Lithuania. Yep.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
The
So,
best weather, Australia, man. I was
of
in
course,
Cairns.
that's what I'm saying. We're
I was
gonna
in
get to that
Cairns.
with your bougie money thing. We're gonna get to that, Mr. Bougie Money. So, all right. So you obviously you kill in Lithuania. So what's the next country after that?
I go to France, which was one of my dream countries of going to when I was, like I said, I was doing my homework over in Finland. So I'm like, man, I got to get to France, man. I got to get to France. I got to keep working my way up. So I end up landing a deal in France, which is a SPO1, where it was in the Pro B. They got Pro A, Pro B, National 1, National 2. So I was in Pro B. I signed to Pro B my third year. This is my third year. And man, great team, man. They put a hell of a team together. I'm talking about just vibes off the court, different things like that. Man, it felt like a brotherhood over in France, man, for real. So we end up winning the Pro B championship, which advanced us to Pro A.
Yeah.
So I end up coming back, which a couple of guys end up coming back after that. That was my fourth year, going to my fourth year pro. So this is my second year in SBO1. Had another great year, kept the team up in Pro B. Man, I'm talking about. I've had amazing years overseas, man. Like I said, playing and winning. You know how hard it is to be on a winning team and to connect with your teammates like that, man. So. Like I say, my fourth year, we ended up staying in Pro B. I played against some great talent over there, man. Pro B is a real well-respected league.
That's where I was at my first year. I was in Pro B France, so I know about the talent. They got a lot of talent.
Just think about Pro A. Pro A was legit. Pro A was legit.
Obviously in the ULIP Cup, FIBA Cup, we would play against the Pro A teams.
Euro League.
Yeah. No, I didn't play in the Euro League, but I got ULIP Cup and FIBA Cup. And we played against Tony Parker team, Asheville.
Yeah, Asheville, yeah.
Yeah, we played against his team. They had big old slow African dude. I can't even think of it. They went to Miami. But I just remember him because he was just like a banger dude.
Yeah.
But they had a squad. They had a bunch of them, man. You know, in France, every team got 4 or 5 Americans.
Uh-huh.
You know, so like we played them. Yeah, we you know in France it was just like it was
Yeah.
tough. Like
Y'all ever beat them?
we beat them in their house. We beat them in Asheville, and then
Yeah,
they came
yeah.
to practice in Estonia. But
Man,
they're the team that went on to like all the way to like the quarterfinals, semifinals
yeah.
of Youth Cup. You know that year, 2007, I believe.
And that was one of the greatest feelings playing over in France, man, knowing that you can play against the EuroLeague teams and us being the underdog, you know what I'm saying? Hey, oh, y'all ain't about to win the Pro A. You know what I'm saying? So we end up beating these teams like Asheville and I forgot the other teams that was over there, man. But the top teams that was in France, we ended up beating them, man.
Okay, I got you.
That was a great feeling.
All right. So you 4 years in, right?
Yeah.
Are you obviously used to everything? You used to like the overseas life? Because I would say just like you said before, the overseas life, you got to be mature. You got to be able to handle it. You know,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
because ain't no, family can fly out, but they only come for 2 weeks.
Right.
But they going back. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I already know. You know how that overseas thing is. So I would say this: you're in France, you win the championship, you move up, and then what happens after the year? You know, like how long do you stay in France for?
I signed another year in France, but that was after, like I said, I probably should have end up going back to my team that we won with for my, the previous 2 years in SBO1. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I would have stayed there, with another year since we stayed up. But I ended up signing with a team in Pro B, which was Brest. It's called Brest.
Okay.
So I ended up playing there for about half a season. I ended up getting injured. I had a labrum tear in my shooter's arm. I had a labrum tear in my shooter's arm. So this boy over here clicking during the season. I'm like, oh no, this is painful. I'm like, man, I gotta have surgery. So France took care of my surgery. They took care of my rehab. It's A1. Like they got a little facility in the south of France where they send all the professional basketball players, soccer players from all over the world. I met some big time soccer players I was down there rehabbing too. I forgot the name of it, but France took care of me after I got injured. Compared to the stories that you hear, how if you get injured, they're gonna ship you to the crib.
Well, yeah, I remember that. I paid for my own surgery in Estonia.
Yeah. I mean, France took care of me, man, for real.
Yeah, I paid for mine because I didn't sign back the next year.
Uh-huh.
So they was like, well, you have to pay or you can sign. We'll take care of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But that year, my that was my 5th year. So my 5th year, we didn't have a winning season like that. We stayed in the middle, but it wasn't like the successful years I had in the past. So that kind of got to me. I was like, okay, man, this is normal now. Everything is not a winning. It's not a winning season every time you go overseas. So.
Oh no, I won one chip, and I went to the finals like I don't know 6 times and lost. So I already know it.
So I mean, just like I was telling you about the ins and outs, how they send the guys home, this and that. Man, we probably ran through about 5 different players that year, man. And I was blessed enough to stay there, like I say. And it was just tough. It was tough. We was trying to keep the team up in Pro B. And it was tough.
No, man, shoot. Yeah. The year we won it, we must have ran through like 15 dudes.
For real.
When I was in Holland, man, we were about 15 dudes, dog.
Man, they
got quick, he was left, he cut dudes left and right.
They got to get the right pieces in there to win, man.
Yep. So obviously you go to that team. What's the next year?
My next year, like I said, I end up getting injured. So I end up rehabbing all throughout the summer. I mean, I'm sorry, all throughout for the end of the season. Then I go home to do more rehab, and then later on, throughout the summer, I end up, getting back into the game, strengthening up my arm, different things like that. So after that summer, I end up going to what was it? I think it was my man Josh Goodwin. He ended up giving me with the Spurs. He ended up giving me with the Spurs summer league, like a little summer league. What was it? Training camp, almost like a training camp.
Nice.
So I had I attended that for about 3 days, and I think Gary Neal was there. Yeah, Gary Neal was there, and they ended up picking up Gary Neal that year.
Oh,
That was the year
okay, okay.
Oh, we knew. I did my research on Gary Neal for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm overseas research again. This dude get buckets, so they end up signing him. And he had a nice little successful career with the Spurs.
Yeah, he did. He played about 10, but he was overseas. I remember he was overseas too. I think.
Yeah, he was overseas. I think he was in Italy or Spain or something like that.
Yeah, I remember he was overseas, then came back to the league. That was always my dream to like come, be in whatever country, is Holland, Estonia, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And like really, like try to come back to the league. But then after a while, I was like, man, I'll just keep signing back. I ain't tripping on, and that's how I beat.
This is my first summer, ever getting in training camp or anything with the NBA. And this is my confidence boost. Like, okay, I can do this. I can play now. So I end up signing a contract in Australia in the Cairns.
Yeah, I remember this. Okay, now we cooking with the fire. Okay,
This is the year I end up signing with Cairns, man. Like I said, it's a beautiful place, man. This is more of like a backpackers resort. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people travel, visit tourists. So man, I was in a beautiful city. It was awesome, bro. The weather was good. It's like living in Miami, like little Miami. It reminds me of Miami a little bit.
That's cool. That's actually cool. I was in Rockhampton.
Yeah.
So we was in my city was the fattest city in the whole country.
It was a what?
The fattest city was the biggest, biggest people, like the biggest of people, obese people.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Funny story about that. One street, bro. I'm not even joking. One street.
Wow.
You know about Hungry Jack's, Burger King, right?
Yeah.
They had Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, KFC, Subway, 31 Flavors, a pizza joint, Domino's, all on the same street. Like this.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, dude. Like McDonald's stayed around the corner.
So let me ask you this. What did you eat every night?
Oh man, I was eating Subway. Subway, and on Sundays I was getting KFC.
Okay.
Yeah, I was messing with KFC.
Man, overseas, my first year overseas, or I wouldn't say my second year overseas, I really learned how to cook. I had to cook. You know what I'm saying? My teammates kind of cooked my first year. I ain't know how to cook nothing. I
didn't cook nothing my first year neither.
I burned rice, man. They used to call me for that. I used to burn rice. I was like, okay, y'all can do this. I'm gonna go eat at a restaurant down the street. But yeah, man, I had to cook a lot. I started cooking a lot overseas, man, and that kind of got me into not spending the extra money to go on the restaurants every night. So it was cool.
That was in Australia, but when I was in Europe, my second year, my girl at the time, she taught me how to cook. She came to live with me for some months, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, like she actually like this is how you make chicken, this is how you make rice.
Right.
Because my first year I just ate out every day.
Gotcha.
And she was like, you gotta stop doing this. You don't ever cook. I was like, nah, so just teach me how to make the basics and I will cook the same thing every day. I don't care. What us dudes is we just cook chicken and rice every day.
And spaghetti.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just keep it real simple.
Keep it basic, man. Hey, that little baked chicken in the oven with the rice.
Yeah. No, man, I used to just flip on the stove. I was stoving it, you know what I'm saying? For everybody out there, this guy right here, this is when I was in Rockhampton. He was in Cairns. He had just went to the finals. I just watched this dude hit a buzzer beater to tie the game to go over overtime, one of the games or whatever. And I'm telling my coach at the time, because he was needed American. And I'm like, Coach, this dude can go. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Contact him, man. And he's already here. You don't even have to fly him out of nothing.
Right.
And he was like, all right, I'm contacting him, And everybody out here, we like, my boy Ronald was like, well, I guess it's Asia, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, if you want me, you got to pay me this amount. Let's just say everybody
was me telling my agent that.
Yeah, see, I was him telling his agent like it's say the team had 5,000 for him or whatever. He wanted 15,000.
I know I ain't want that much, man.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted like triple the money that the team could afford. I'm just like, bro.
I'm coming off a high playoffs, man. Hey, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. But no,
so that's one time we could play together, but he chose otherwise.
I'm looking at the camera in the wrong thing. That's actually my jersey right there, man.
That's what I know. I know the Australia jersey. I know the
So,
Australia jersey.
so I can't leave this out, man. Camps was, I want to say, on and off the court was my best ever experience, man. Best ever experience, man. Like I say, we was winning. We was the first time finishing like third place in the league. Then we ended up going deep into the playoff. We made it to the grand finals, and we ended up losing the grand finals over there in New Zealand. But man, that was one hell of an experience right there, man. And
no, I remember. Like I said, by the time y'all was in the finals, I watched every game of y'all.
yeah,
I was over there getting ready for our season. So yeah, I remember.
Man, the fans were amazing. Orange Army, man. Shout out to Orange Army. The fans was amazing.
All right.
But like I say, following that, I probably should have went to hoop with you after that season because I ended up going home.
Ah, okay.
I ended up going home. Yeah, I was chilling. I was chilling. So I probably should have went down there and got that little money, man.
You got the little money, man. You know, it's all good. It's all good. So obviously, what was your that was about almost 10 years then, you know, by then.
Yeah.
How long did you continue to play for?
After my season in Australia, that would have been my sixth. If I'm recount correctly, that would have been my sixth year overseas. And then after that Australia, after camps, I went to Melbourne, Australia, played a season there.
Okay.
And then, like you say, I was making decisions based off, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get that. But at the end of the day, I should have retired. I should have retired over in Australia.
Okay.
I should have retired over in Australia, man. Should still be playing to this day.
But I got you. Trust me, man. Like it becomes an ego thing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you making good money and you just be like, I ain't settling for nothing less than 10,000. You know, whatever, 12,000, whatever, 20, whatever it is.
Yeah. So
And
I was trying to take advantage of, the opportunity where I was at. We had good years, so I was like, okay, which we did. We got the contracts that we wanted in Melbourne. Ended up having a decent year. I think it was maybe 500 or better. Did we make the playoffs? I don't think we made the playoffs that year. But going after that season, I ended up signing. I learned my lesson. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go play these 3 months over in New Zealand. That they were recruiting me from to go play over there. They were scouting me to go play over there. So I played. I went over there and won a championship in New Zealand. And it was cool, man. It was great. It was great. Like I said, the people were great. The food was okay. The food was okay. But everybody was cool, man. Basketball, they love their basketball, and we won. Once again, man. Like I said, I was part of. Man, I had a great experience playing professional basketball because I was part of a winning program mostly all my career.
Man. That's crazy. Like I said,
that's a great experience.
You have a better career than a lot of dudes who don't win one.
Yep. And we ended up winning a championship. Like I said, that year when I went over to New Zealand, we ended up winning a championship. And then after New Zealand, I should have went back to Australia, but I ended up waiting for a contract that I wanted. Then I ended up signing in December to go to Poland, and that was the worst experience of my life.
No, I know about Poland, dog.
Man, the coach didn't like when I got there. The night I got there, they ended up firing the coach that brought me over there. So the coach really wasn't rocking with me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, me and the coach arrived the same night, bro. I'm like, for real. So me and the coach learned each other. Okay, this and that. But they kept me for the whole season. You know what I'm saying? Respect. They kept me for the whole season. We didn't, like I said, we didn't win much. We probably finished in the middle. And after that one, I was like, okay, man, it's time to settle down, get my family together. I think I got married that summer. So it was time to start slowing it down, focusing on what can I build going into life over in USA now. You know what I'm saying? Life after basketball. So I went into teaching. For about three years, and then I decided to go into coach. I went into coaching as well, but I decided to go off on my own and do my training program after my three or 4 years of teaching. And like I said, for the last 6 years, man, we've been doing amazing things into the community with Artie Hoop Source Academy. Shout out to my other coaches, Coach Zoe, Coach Dre. they helped the program tremendously. All the other coaches that helped the program within, basketball camps and different things like that. But man, our program helped build kids from the ground up. Building up their confidence, but it's bigger than basketball with us, man. We're working to build up young successful boys and young successful men and women out there, man. So yeah, that's what the program is all about, man. But we're still teaching the game of basketball at that.
I got you. So I guess if we always ask, our athletes, former athletes about their journey, what was the biggest lesson you learned on this whole journey from 5 all the way to when you retired from overseas basketball?
Man, the same thing I teach into the program, man. Basketball gives you so many tools, man. It teaches you how to participate in groups. It teaches you how to work as a team to get to where you guys want to be. And it teaches you life lessons for sure. And it definitely, you got to have dedication going into it. We got to be resilient. We talked about overcoming, fears and different things like that. But just being ambitious and all that different types of things, man. Basketball teaches you so much, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So if you're out there listening, man, put your kids in the sports. It teaches them more than just that game or wherever they're playing, man. It teaches them life lessons for sure.
It does. It's like a study of life, man. It's just crazy. Straight up crazy, I think. This is my opinion. Basketball was just life, all in a nutshell. You deal with how to deal with failure, you deal with how to deal with success, you deal with, just how to deal with this whole life, For me, I feel like basketball got me into God more than just things like that too. So.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So. Well, man, like I said, I really enjoyed, talking to you, Ronald, man. It's like remind me of old times, just chopping it up.
Sure.
About everything, we went a little bit further, whatever, but I was like, I don't care, because it's my boy, I felt like we just, vibe. So I was like, I ain't gonna stop
it, man. Letting it go.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, go ahead and shout out,
you got a couple questions down there, huh?
Huh?
You got a couple questions down there? Are you good?
No. I think we answered the questions that I had. I mean, that was posted. Like those are the 2 questions that posted.
All right. But no, man. You said what you said about shout outs now?
Shout out, what you're doing, like where the location, how people can find you online, all that stuff.
Okay, man. We're based out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's where McNeese State University is. I decided to come back here. Like I say, that's where my wife is from. We have a beautiful daughter. We have a beautiful son now. We have a son that's in heaven right now, man. Jalen Dorsey. But we're in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We run a basketball academy. Like I said, we do basketball training sessions. We do leagues. We do camps. We do it all. And our major goal is to build a 3 to 4 court facility for Lake Charles, Louisiana, for the public. For the community.
Okay.
Yep. So we're pushing towards that goal, man. We just our main focus right now is just try to reach every single kid out here in Lake Charles, man. Teaching the skills of the game. Like I say, we're teaching them more than the game as well, mentoring them throughout the training sessions. You can find us at RD Hoop Source on social media, on all platforms. We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Twitter. You can find us on all of them at RD Hoop Source.
All right, everybody. Like I said, another great interview with my boy Ronald. We got to get you back on again. Like I said, we're gonna keep talking. We gonna just keep this thing rolling, man.
Sure. I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Maybe next time we bring your son on or whatever, because I'll be like, I was telling son, your daddy was a bad man when I played him. He was a bad man for real.
Little man, well, he's 6 months now. So yeah.
Okay. See, I got a son. He's 11 going on 30. So
okay, yeah. 11 going on 30.
11 going on 30. So just trying to teach him.
You see you in him, don't you?
Oh, a little bit, man. It's just crazy. I be trying to, like he be doing stuff that I want to do or I did back in the day.
Right.
very competitive. Hates to lose.
Yep.
For me, like I just be wrestling them. Come here, let me just put you in the headlock just because I'm daddy.
You got to beat them
I'm
up,
daddy.
man. You got to
Come
beat them
here.
up.
You ain't bigger than me, boy. Get over here. You're like, oh, Dad, come on, Dad, get me out the headlock. No, let you know.
Yeah, you gotta let them know, man.
Gotta let them know. This daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, congratulations, continued success, and blessings for you, brother, man. Like I said, we're gonna keep talking. So,
Sure, man. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like next time, everything, man. Like I would love to get all your journey, see how everything's going with your academy and everything.
Yeah.
And see how everything's rolling going forward, man.
For sure, man. And let me say a little message for all those guys that's making that transition from playing overseas to, getting into the real world, man. Just do find what you love to do, man. You can't make that. You can't go from doing something that you love to do every day and then doing something that you hate. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find. You're gonna dip and dab in everything. You're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try doing and be a realtor or something. But you got to do what you love to do. Find if it's neat, even not what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to find what you're good at.
Agreed, man.
You got to find what you're good at. So, man, you got and go with that same mindset that you had going overseas into that job. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be successful just like yourself, man.
No, it was a struggle, man. Obviously we both talked about it. I didn't, on the phone before, but like that struggle is real, man.
Yeah.
The transition, man.
It's been plenty of times. I'm about to go back overseas.
Right? No, seriously, bro.
This job working me too hard. I'm about to go back overseas, man. I ain't worried about them, man. But hey,
exactly, because you just don't have it. For me, it was just like
pick up and take your family like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
things are different. Things are different. And like I said, I wanted to be around my son more. That's why I was like, I can't. But like, I remember, man, like at one point I was thinking about joining the military, the Air Force.
Trying.
I remember my mom was like crying, like, don't do it. Because I was like, at one point I was like, I got to figure out something,
You got to figure it out.
Luckily, God found me a way. And now I'm doing something that I like to do, not necessarily something that like I thought I would be doing in my life.
Right.
It's cool now. Until
it may be something different as you ain't even thought you never thought find yourself doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like something like this, man. I never thought I'd be doing little interviews, with former athletes, and I never thought it, but like here we are. Shout out to Politicon for letting this happen.
I appreciate it.
And everybody, shout out to my little bro CJ. Obviously he produced a little show. So
okay.
Anyway, well, like I said, I will talk to you later, Ryan. Like I said, I got your number, so I'm gonna be hitting you up. Like, what up, bro?
For sure. Hey, you can FaceTime me anything, man. I'm gonna answer, my guy.
I got you, bro. Well, like I said, this is Athlete's Journey. Appreciate everybody out here for sticking with it. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Go follow us, baby.